And joining me right now in an exclusive interview is Democratic Congressman from California, Khanna. He sits on the House Oversight, Budget, and Armed Services Committees. And Congressman, it is good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Maria.
Let me kick it off with your reaction to the president as well as what you're anticipating from the Mueller report, Congressman.
Well, I would say on China, the president's facts are just wrong. We had a report recently that we have an $891 billion trade deficit with China. It's the largest in our 243-year history, and that's because the tariffs haven't been working. And I know he knocks the Green New Deal, but really we have a green energy race with China. They're leading in making electric vehicles, 40 to 50% of vehicles.
Well, Congressman,
and the Democrats
just
are saying, let's make them here.
Congressman, just to be clear, this president is really the first president that has pushed back on China because of the trade imbalance and because of the constant intellectual property theft. So when you talk about the deficit with China, that was very much in place, and that was one of the catalysts that caused the president to act and put China's feet to the fire.
Well, Maria, I agree with you about the trade theft, and I'm not saying that China isn't acting inappropriately, but the 25% trade tariffs, which even Gary Cohn has rejected, I think has made the situation worse. And the facts speak for themselves. We have the largest trade deficit with China today in our history.
Right.
And
that's why the president has his team on the ground right now in Beijing trying to do a deal. Congressman, let's talk about the facts from the Mueller report. If we do get the facts from the Mueller report that there was, in fact, no collusion, as many of us have expected for the last 2 years, are you going to let the facts speak for themselves? What's your next move when we do get the report and you are able to see it later this afternoon, the summary, and you hear that there was no collusion with the president and Russia?
Well, I heard my colleague John Ratcliffe earlier. We passed a bill together. He voted part of 420 to 0 to make the full Mueller report public. So that should be the first step. Second, the Mueller report has a lot of indictments of Russians who have interfered. So
right, but
putting
that's not
aside
collusion.
the collusion,
just to be clear, that wasn't collusion.
Sure.
There's no collusion, Congressman. Is that a fair statement? No collusion?
well, I want to read the report first, but there are two separate issues. I agree with you, Maria. One is Russian interference. Every American should be opposed to that, and we should look at what the Russians did.
Right. No, that wasn't debated.
Steps.
Nobody debated that. What we're debating is whether or not the president colluded with the Russians, and now we're learning that there will be no more indictments. One issue that I've had, you're on the Oversight Committee, sir. Carter Page,
yes.
We know that Carter Page was wiretapped. He was a member of the Trump campaign, and the other side wanted to spy on the Trump campaign. For 2 years, we've been hearing about all of these charges. Your colleagues called the president treasonous. Carter Page was never charged. So he was wiretapped but never charged. Does that bother you that all of this, euphoria around Carter Page, and yet the guy's walking around, he never did anything wrong?
Well, Maria, I've never called the president that, but I am for a transparent investigation and having the facts lead wherever they do. I do think there have been allegations that Mueller has made about Manafort and giving
Again,
polling
no
to a Russian.